Hi everybody, Doug Hippie again here with another tip of the week. Say you're importing a model and you don't quite know why it's not going solid. There's a couple of techniques that you can use. The first one I'm going to show you is geom checks. So if you go into the tools portion of it and you select geometry checks, you'll notice a little checkbox here. It's showing me that there's several different items here that aren't functioning correctly. So as I select on these features, you're going to notice that it's going to zoom my model into the offending area. Now you can determine what the issue is. But let's say that you've went through this process and you've got all three of these checked and you still can't quite figure out what's going on. There's another technique that I want to share with you. All right, so let's zoom back out on this. This is an old technique that's been around for a while, but I want to make sure that you know it exists. Create a surface that's just a simple flat surface with a datum that you can edit on the fly. Take your two models here, so I'm going to take my original imported data and that new surface that I had created, go back over here and I'm going to merge the two together. Okay, so when you do this, make sure that what you're doing is you're saving just this end portion so that you can start moving things around and start to determine where the issue might be. So go ahead and solidify that if you'd like, so that you now have a solid model. Now you'll notice that in Creo Parametric, when you solidify, it goes from that light blue color telling you that you've got a set of surfaces to the gray color saying that you now have a solid model. Keep that in mind while you're doing your work. Now, that original datum that I had told you about that's driving that flat surface, I'm going to start editing it using the attached editing capabilities within Creo Parametric. In other words, what this is a dynamic edit. So if you're using Creo Elements Pro 5.0, you can go into dynamic edit mode and get the same effect, so you don't need to worry about whether or not you're using the latest version of Creo Parametric. So with that, I'm just going to start dragging my drag handle. You'll notice that my part is still solid while I'm dragging this handle. All right, now you're going to start to see a few things flashing in the screen, and once I get to the point where there's the problem child existing in my data, you're going to notice that I've went from being that gray solidified environment to my cursor with a nice little warning sign on it telling me that something has happened. I have a failure that's going on here. So I'm just going to back up my edit here a little bit until it gets past that. Now notice that it went back to having that gray. I'm totally solidified right now. So you can slowly sneak up on this. You can see that there's a value right here. You can change that value accordingly and sneak up until you get right into that little pocket where that offending geometry is. The key here is this. If for whatever reason you still can't find it, it's such a small little sliver, once you have this and you went up to the point where you've just got the failure that's occurring, do an intersect between the flat surface you've created and the primary surface of your imported model body. Take that intersecting curve and just start following along that curve until you find that offending geometry. Real easy and simple thing to do. If you'd like to see this in greater detail, let your EAC account manager know. Be more than happy to get online with you and show this in further detail. Thanks again for watching. This is Doug Hippie with another tip of the week.